what's up? It's Holden here, getting you ready for week number 2. Just some early week thoughts. I'll be bouncing a lot of these ideas that I have off the guys on the crew like JSU and Big T and Mangone and Hoop. And if I left anybody, Title Tie, I got to say Title and all the other guys. Anyways, so last week we did pretty good. Just looking down the early week thoughts, it was a lot easier to get prepared for it just because we had the whole off season. We knew it was coming up. This week, quick turnaround on the stats, but we got it. Let's go do this. Let's get you ready. Early week thoughts, and we'll start at quarterback today. We got our wide receiver video coming up. We got our running back video up, and then soon thereafter will be the tight end side. So let's start with Lamar Jackson here. Lamar at 8.2 and 9.5K. He was 10K on FanDuel last week. So this is interesting. He's 8.2 on DK. Mahomes is 7.7 on DraftKings. You know, he only ran for 45 yards last week, too. I thought that was great. My goodness. Listen, everything's going well for this guy. He improved upon hitting receivers in tight windows. 3 for 4 there. 9 of 10 on throws 10 yards or more down the field. He wasn't even 50% last year. He was 49%. Listen, cash games, Lamar Jackson, boom, you can lock him in, or you could save the $500 and you can go to Patrick Mahomes, at least $500 here, and actually $500 on FanDuel too. So with Mahomes, we know the great weapons going up against the Chargers. He's done this. He's been there. 2 picks, 2 touchdowns in 2019 against this team. So they played well against it. But remember, he was also banged up for most of the season. He's healthy now. He has the third highest passer rating against pressure. He's at 100. I mean, this guy, everything, the boxes are getting checked off here. There's only going to be 3 guys that I would consider in cash. And actually, I'll get to my cash quarterback in a little bit. I wouldn't be disappointed if you went with Mahomes. Why would I be disappointed about anything? I love you guys and ladies, of course. But he's healthy. And this is the number 2 quarterback out there and probably a little bit better value than Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. Mahomes can go off and just be the leading scorer any single week. Aaron Rodgers last week. Hey, thanks to the Run Pure Sports guys getting us all on Rodgers. And I already had Adams and Lazard, but they say, hey, if you're going to go with those guys, go with Adams, Lazard, and Rodgers. And then on the other side, bringing it around with Thielen really worked out. Rodgers, 32 of 44, 364, and 4 touchdowns last week. He's second in QB scoring, believe it or not. He only rushed for 2 yards, though. We need some quarterbacks that are running. I don't hate him this week. I don't know if I'm going to feel as good about him this week. But then again, he's going up against Detroit. And I got to tell you, Aaron Rodgers definitely in the mix in GPPs, no doubt about it. We got Dak Prescott going up against Atlanta. Dak is 6.8 on DraftKings. So that's something to keep in mind as he's kind of in the middle there of the quarterbacks that I want to go to, which is a little bit disappointing because Dak's coming off a tough game. Relatively tough game. We expected more out of him against the Rams. 8.3 on FanDuel, better value on DK for me. Next up, Josh Allen, 57 rushing yards against the Jets. This is what we love about Josh Allen, 57 rushing yards. He could put up 50, 60, 70 any week. Think about the numbers that you're getting from his legs there. First Bills quarterback to throw for 300 yards since Tyrod Taylor back in 2016, and the first since Kyle Orton to do it in regulation. 2014. This guy's actually doing some good things DFS wise. He had 2 interceptions dropped, though. He did have 2 fumbles, so watch out for that. But the fact of the matter is he's got Diggs. The turnovers, yeah, I mean, that's really scary. He almost had 4, but in DFS, we don't care. We don't care about long term. He's not going out of this lineup anyways. Josh Allen always with the upside, and he's sitting there at 6.7K going up against Miami. Really? It's kind of a juicy matchup. Matt Ryan, 6.6 on DraftKings, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. So, again, we look at Ryan here. This is a high ceiling quarterback. We could say that every single week. He's 7.7 on FanDuel, 450 and 2 touchdowns against Seattle last week. He also passed Elway for 9th all-time in passing yards. We don't give a damn about that right now, but Ryan's always going to be in the GPP mix. Matchup dependent, I suppose, but you know, this guy, even years, man, I'm buying into the narrative. Julio, Ridley, Russell Gage. My gosh, they got some options there. They actually used Russell Gage. Oh, man, we'll get to him in the wide receiver section. Deshaun Jackson. KC took the downfield passes away in week 1. and now he has to face Baltimore. So it doesn't get any easier. As a matter of fact, it might get a little tougher because he was pressured 14 times against the Chiefs. That is astronomical. He had 4 sacks. He threw an interception, 27 rush yards. Again, always in the mix, but I'm going to cross him off the list for now. If anybody at the site brings it up, says, hey, you got to dig deeper into this. I'm not with Deshaun Watson right now, unless you're in an MME in GPPs. If you've been playing DFS, you know what all these 3-letter, I guess they're not acronyms, are they? Let me know at Holden Radio if they're acronyms or not. I don't know. Captain will probably let me know after this. Anyways, Kyler Murray. He's 8-1. Actually, he's 8K on FanDuel, but he is 6.1K on DraftKings. And Kyler Murray ran for 100 yards last week. I know it was only 91, but those were from kneel downs. He hit 100 yards. To me, this was the breakout quarterback of the year. We saw it in week 1. He loves DeAndre Hopkins. He had 13 carries. He targeted Hopkins 16 times, 14 of which were catches. I love this, Matt. I love this tandem here. Might be, when it's all said and done this year, might be the number 1 tandem in the National Football League. It's amazing. So Kyle Shanahan said he thought they did a good job containing Kyler Murray too. Think about that for a minute against San Francisco. So Kyler Murray's my guy here. QB 11 on DK. How do you pass that up? I think he'll be very popular. Ryan Tannehill going up against Jacksonville. I mean, listen, we didn't bother with Ryan Tannehill this week as he was going up against Denver. This is a juicy matchup, man. 5.9 and then 7K on FanDuel. The Broncos just did not allow big plays. You know, they gave him things underneath. He had 14 starts with Tennessee now. Check this out. 29 passing touchdowns, 5 rush TDs, 7 interceptions. This guy's been really freaking good. So week 1, Phil Rivers, 363 yards against this Jacksonville team. I absolutely love Tannehill. I think he'll probably be pretty popular too, and he's just $200 less than Kyler Murray. Mitchell Trubisky, I'm not buying it. The Lions without their top 3 corners once this game got underway. They all got injured in the second half. We saw Trubisky tear him up. It's fool's gold, folks. I'm not buying into Mitchell Trubisky. Teddy Bridgewater is another one. Teddy Bridgewater, am I buying into Teddy? 270 pass yards, 6 for 115 and a touchdown to Robbie Anderson. So, you know, Bridgewater had that nice week number 1, 5.8 on DK. That's kind of nice. What is it? 6.9 on FanDuel. You can fit him in there. I'm not really feeling Teddy Bridgewater right now, early in the week, even though he's going up against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay's defense has improved. A couple other ones I want to get to here. Tyrod Taylor against the Chiefs, 5.3 on DK. I mean, listen, here's what Anthony Lynn, the Chargers head coach, wants to do. Not turn the ball over. That's it. If they don't turn the ball over, Anthony Lynn thinks they're going to win all these games. They got lucky with the missed field goal. Taylor's going to have to throw this week. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He was 16 to 30 last week. He 6 carries for 7 yards. I mean, it was just ugly, man. It was ugly, and I'm off of Tyrod Taylor. Game manager at best, and now what does he have to do? Throw the ball up in the air? A ton against Kansas City. I'm not buying it. Dwayne Haskins, 5-1 on DK. Had about 13 points against Philadelphia in week number 1. Really slow start to the game. Came on a little bit. Arizona's a boomer bust D, so get that in your head. Start thinking about how maybe, you know, if Arizona gets up here, maybe Haskins can get some yards to Sims and to McLaurin and Logan Thomas. But he got rid of the ball quick in week 1. If he does it again, might have a chance to catch up, play from behind, get some numbers there. Goff against Philly, terrific weapons. Nothing really on him right now. So I'll say this. Boy, there's a lot to digest here at the quarterback performance. We had 4 QBs run for 45-plus yards in week 1. Murray, Cam, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. That's 4 guys, 45-plus yards. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 4, 6, maybe 7 guys a week do that. Remember, no Russ, no Cam, no Breeze, no Carr, no Burrow, and no Mayfield on the slate Thursday, Sunday night, and Monday games. Make sure you check out my running back, wide receiver, and tight end plays, early week plays here. Check out runpuresports.com if you haven't yet, because $65 a month, it is totally worth it. $20 a week if you want to dip your toes in. You get the DFS side. You get the showdown site where you can just play one game. Big T, who runs this site, probably the best showdown player in the world. You're going to want to check that out. If you like betting, check out our buddies over at Run Pure Bets. They got a great deal. You can get the DFS side and the sports side too for $100. Stick around if you haven't seen running back, wide receiver, and tight end. I'm Holden. I'll catch you very soon.